Tory MP Luke Evans reveals he was targeted in a Westminster sexting scandal. We're going to read into this more from The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from The Guardian with the headline of the Tory MP Luke Evans reveals that he was targeted in the Westminster sexting scandal. Evans said he was the first to alert authorities after receiving messages in what's suspected to be part of a wider attempt to target MPs. Guys, while you're here, before I give initial thoughts, you can hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. So this is another scandal that appears to be floating around the Conservatives, people targeting Conservative MPs. Now there was a story about another Conservative MP that's been going around as well, who was called out in this as who was actually shall we say, honey trapped in this, and I'm sure there'll be a bit in that in here as well. But I want to talk about specifically this sexting scandal, and it just feels like, how has this been allowed to happen? Why has this been allowed to happen? What is the Conservative Party itself doing to address these issues and to make sure the personal numbers and details of their fellow Conservative MPs are not put at risk? Because clearly members and whatnots have been put at risk here, and the concerns and well-beings of them as well. And whatever we might think of politicians, the last thing we want them to do is be blackmailed, and it's quite hypocritical for me to say that, considering that we allege that there is this allegation, obviously, that we believe that a lot of Conservative MPs are in the pockets of Russians and certain business people. And it certainly appears that way with the amount of money that has been donated towards the Conservative Party over the last 10, 15 years or so. Certainly doesn't come across that way. But this idea of trying to catfish some Conservative MPs into blackmailing and whatnot is very dirty. It's very dangerous. And I'm, whatever you might think of Luke Evans, I'm kind of glad that he's kind of just come out and just said, like, this has happened to me and this is what I did. So I just want to play this little clip that came out with regards to it, guys.
A month ago, I was a victim of cyber flashing and malicious communications and blew the whistle by reporting it to the police and the parliamentary authorities as soon as this happened. The first set of messages I got was on a day I was with my wife, and I got a one-time open photo on WhatsApp of an explicit image of a naked lady. As soon as I got these, the next day I reported it to the police, the authorities and the chief whip. 10 days later, I got another set of messages. This time, however, I was sat with my team in the constituency office, so we were able to record the conversation and catch photos and videos of the messages coming through, including another explicit female image. Why am I talking about this now? Well, I actually wanted it to be private because there's an ongoing police investigation. It's been ongoing for a month, but you've probably seen in the national media, I've been hounded by journalists asking me about it. It's not too difficult to work out. There are only a few Leicestershire MPs. So I've put my name up to say, well, I hope others come forward. I'm just pleased I blew the whistle, reported it to the authorities, and it's now being looked into.
Now, whether more will come of this we will see. This article was reported on Friday. I've not seen an updated one since then. So I'm recording this on Sunday. So it's entirely possible there may be an updated one, but I've not seen it since. So feel free to link me in the description a more updated one. But it's still a genuine cause for concern. So the Conservative MP has revealed that he was targeted in the Westminster sexting scandal and was the MP that was first alerted the authorities. Luke Evans said he was messaged in what's suspected to be part of a wider attempt to target MPs. And in a video posted on Facebook, Evans said he had been sent a photo of a naked woman on WhatsApp, which was followed by a message 10 days later. The MP for Bottle said, we've read all this. Well, basically, we've read that he's pretty much said all this bit that pretty much what he's just said in the video. Earlier on Friday, it emerged that William Wragg, the Conservative MP, who admitted to giving out his personal phone number of colleagues to a person he met on Grindr dating app, would keep the whip while the party investigates his role in the scandal. A Conservative source says Wragg would not be suspended from the party for now, amid concerns that he is also a victim. Now, I have to say this is I've not actually talked about this story yet anywhere, and this is the first time I'm going to comment on it. So this story about William Wragg, now whatever hold that these people had on him, I think it's clearly he has been compromised, and he's been doing something he shouldn't be doing, and it's clearly led to him giving out numbers of other colleagues, which makes his position extremely intolerable. Now, the question I have to ask is, did he, like, at the time of this recording, why did he not go to the authorities? Why did he not speak to the chief whip? Why did he not speak to Conservative MPs? Why did he keep this in house? Did he not tell people about this? It's a question that I think needs to be asked, because clearly he should have said something, and if he was in this situation and didn't have a way out of it, so clearly that's not what's happened here, and instead he's just given in and done it. So he was essentially, yes, he is a victim and he has been blackmailed, yes, but at the same time, you shouldn't do the things that they asked you to do as well. That he did certain things that he shouldn't have done, that put himself in that position as well, which was pretty silly, to say the least. So while I do have some sympathy, I also have little to none, because he basically chose to do those things that he did. On Thursday, the Hazel Grove MP said he had reported the malicious communications to the police and parliamentary authorities as soon as they happened. Wragg said that he had given out MP's details because he feared that the person had compromising material about him. Wragg had faced calls to resign after he told the Times that he gave the information, and had sent after he had sent intimate pictures of himself, saying he was scared and mortified. And this is, yeah, once you've sent those pictures out, yeah, they can, whenever once you've done it, you are really, it's understandable to feel that way. But in that situation beforehand, you should have really think about, like, what you're doing here. And clearly he let his feelings downstairs dictate his thoughts rather than his brain. I think that's fair to say. Leicestershire Police have launched an investigation into reports that explicit images and flirtatious messages were sent to MPs as part of an alleged spear-pushing attack. On Friday, the Metropolitan Police said they were investigating unsolicited explicit images and messages sent to MPs in a parliamentary honey-trap sexting scam. Jeremy Hunt, the Chancellor, appeared to give his support to Wragg on Friday, describing his apology as courageous and false. The Conservative Party declined to comment because of the active police investigation, although the government chief whip was speaking to those affected. Rachel Reeves, the Shadow Chancellor, said the revelations were incredibly concerning, but whether Wragg should resign was a question for the Conservatives. Earlier this week, Politico reported that 12 people working near Westminster, including the Minister, had been contacted by a WhatsApp user, portraying to be someone who had met them at a recent political or social event in an effort to acquire personal or sensitive information. So I covered, I covered this on Politico, if not just a few days ago, in a short video as well. The Guardian spoke to a 13th person who was targeted in the exact same way by a WhatsApp user calling themselves Abigail or Abby. I don't have any sympathy for Wragg, the person, the former government special advisor said on Friday. He was faced with a choice: go to the authorities, which is much easier for him than most people, or hand over phone numbers and a subject a whole load of people that to that threat, not knowing what would lead. And now we're supposed to feel sorry for him. Yeah, this is the thing. I understand that he was scared after he did what he did, but he wasn't thinking. But that's the reason why I don't part of me doesn't feel sorry for him, because he allowed that situation to occur. The former special advisor received the first message on 23rd January 2023, suggesting he finished operation had been underway for at least 14 months. He received a message from an unknown number in that evening that said, "Long time no speak, eyes emoji, how are you?" The WhatsApp user who used a young woman's photo as their profile picture claimed to have met the former special advisor at the Midland Hotel bar near the Conservative Party conference in Manchester. When he said he had no memory of that meeting, the sender offered to jog your memory and send an explicit picture. Hunt told broadcasters the lesson here for all MPs is that you need to be very careful about cybersecurity, and indeed it is the lessons for members of the public as well, because it is something that we are all having to face in our daily lives. Some Tory MPs have called for Wragg to resign as an MP after his confession of handing over colleagues' phone numbers. He told the Times they had compromising things on me. They wouldn't leave me alone. They would ask for people. I gave them some numbers, not all of them. I told him to stop. He's manipulating me in how I've hurt other people. I've hurt people by being weak. I was scared. I was mortified. I'm so sorry that my weakness has caused other people's hurt. Wragg has previously spoken about his mental health struggles in 2022. He took a short break from his duties as an MP during a bout of severe depression and anxiety. And that's probably what's led him to those feelings as well, probably because of those kind of issues that he has. A Leicestershire police spokesperson said the force was investigating a report of malicious communications after a number of unsolicited messages were sent to the Leicestershire MP last month. They were reported to the police on Tuesday the 19th of March. Inquiries are ongoing. Anyone working in Parliament who has been affected by this has been urged to contact the Parliamentary Security Department. And I do think they do need to report it whenever it comes around. I think it's a very serious issue. Don't hide around from it. Just talk to those you need to talk to about it. And I think it's the sooner you do, the better. As for Luke Evans, it's great that he's spoken out about this, and I think, but he didn't want to, but he felt pressured to by journalists, and it really is. It's also really, really infuriating, guys, because it is a distraction for the media, a distraction from the cost of living crisis, the issues that are taking place within the UK. It's another scandal that did not have to happen, did not need to happen, and the public just don't. When they hear about these stories, it just makes them roll their eyes and even more want to put them off politics in any way, shape, or form. It really does come across that way when you think about it. It's infuriating to the general public when they hear these stories, because it's just one problem after another with this Conservative government. And why more than ever we need that general election. And Rishi Sunak has no intention of calling it unless he thinks that he has a chance of retaining power, which is why my opinion, why he's stalling at this point. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of this story? What do you make of Tory MP Luke Evans coming out public? What do you make of William Wragg and his confession? What do you guys make of this whole Sexting scandal? Is this a failure of just the Tory MPs who are falling for this honey trap? Is this a failure of the Conservatives not making sure that they're looking after their own here? Let me know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. If you found this video interesting, please hit the like button, we greatly appreciate it. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video, and subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further and financially support me in the work I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content there as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.